responding after it hits. I want to thank our Agriculture Commissioner Tyler Harper and our Forestry Commission Director Johnny Zabo. Their teams are ready in case we need chainsaw cut teams anywhere around the state to help clear roads for power companies and so on. I had a call with Georgia Power earlier today with their weather folks, but also getting an update as they're already moving assets to be prepared for whatever may hit, along with our other utility partners, our EMCs and others. So just want to thank them and all the other stakeholders that are in preparation with us. Obviously, from the weather reports, you know that we're still expecting a major winter storm to impact much of Georgia. We feel like this is going to be an event that's going to happen north of I-20, but that line could move north or south depending on what the temperatures do and what that would throw at us. So we just want all of Georgia to be winter aware, and certainly people in central Georgia, you could be impacted if the temperatures stay above freezing. You may not, but we just don't know yet, and we'll keep you posted on that. But it's good to be winter weather aware, as we talked about yesterday. The winter storm watch is in effect for North Georgia from Friday evening through Monday morning. We think we'll experience significant snow, sleet, and/or freezing rain possible in these counties throughout the weekend, and that'll start early Saturday morning. As I just mentioned, literally a degree or two in temperature can affect whether we have rain or snow slash ice or freezing rain. So that is something that we're just going to have to continue to watch and communicate with us, which is why we're asking everyone to be prepared in case we have significant ice accumulation. Obviously, that's treacherous on the roads, but also creates a lot of problems with our utilities and especially our electric power lines and other things. Temperatures will remain below or near freezing early into next week. So we're watching that as well. State actions that I've taken to this point, just declared a state of emergency for all Georgia counties effective immediately. That executive order will be posted here shortly. The duration of that will be 7 days. Obviously, if we need it longer than that, we'll extend that. I've also authorized a call up of 500 National Guardsmen. Now, obviously, we do not have a need for those folks right now. Hopefully, we won't, but we just want to be prepared in case we do, that we can move and get General Wilson and his team responding as quick as possible. So that'll be part of the executive order. We've also suspended truck weights, which will allow us to move fuel and other things around the state as it's needed, as we're urging people to, there's plenty of time before this hits, but just, go ahead and fill your cars up. Make sure you got the things that you need at your house to stay warm and hunker down in case you lose power for a day or two. And this will just help us, the truck weights, to allow moving assets around. Also, many of our partners, including Georgia Power and others, Department of Transportation, they're already moving assets to be deployed in the areas that we think may be affected, so we can move very quickly when the storm gets here. We are activating the State Operations Center starting at 7 a.m. on Saturday morning and running 24/7 until the weather event has passed. GEMA has been in constant contact with the local emergency management folks, as I mentioned earlier. They're also coordinating with state and federal agencies, and that includes working with the Department of Public Health to ensure that nursing homes know who to call if they lose power. The Georgia Department of Transportation will begin treating roads early Saturday morning, so around midnight or early midnight Friday, early Saturday morning, north of I-20. So just be on the lookout if you happen to be on the roads for those trucks that will be out brine, and just give them plenty of room. Be courteous to them and let them do their work. As I mentioned earlier, Department of Agriculture, Department of Natural Resources, the Forestry Commission chainsaw crews are all ready. We'll respond if needed. State troopers are prepared to respond and assist motorists. But the biggest thing people can do, it looks like this storm's going to come in, a little later on Saturday than we originally thought. So folks need to start getting off the roads on Saturday night. If it's bad where you are on Sunday, just do us a favor, do the State Patrol, DOT, all the other folks, utility crews, if they're out working, if you can just stay off the roads, that would be a big favor to us and help keep everybody safe. We're still early in this weather event's impact on our state, but can let you know that we'll be monitoring this 24/7. We'll certainly keep the public updated. I've asked, my team at the Capitol and then obviously Director Lamb at the State Operations Center to keep everyone updated, as I will be doing as well. Um, we're thinking the line that's most going to be affected right now, the way the modeling looks, is going to be 400 north of the city of Atlanta, the 85 corridor north going toward Gainesville, the Athens area, really all the way to the South Carolina line. A lot of that, though, is going to depend on what the temperatures do. If the temperatures are a little colder than we think, that line is obviously going to move down toward middle Georgia and Macon and in that part of the state. If for some reason that doesn't happen, that line could move a little further north, but that's the best that we can tell you right now. We'll certainly keep you posted on that. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Director Lamb. He'll give his report. We'll sign off, and then we'll keep you posted as we get more information. But thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you, Governor. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. So what I'd like to talk about this morning is preparedness and what people can do to be proactive before the storm gets here. Here at GEMA Homeland Security, we encourage everyone to start preparing for potential winter weather impacts now. By being ready for the storm, Georgians can do their part in minimizing risk, reducing the time it takes to recover, and most importantly, prevent the loss of life. The main actions to take now are to prepare your family, prepare your home, and prepare your car. First, prepare your family. Sit down with your family and make a communications plan. Know how you'll contact one another and reconnect if separated. Take time to check on families, neighbors, friends, anyone who may need extra assistance during the storm. Make sure you have enough non-perishable food, water, and medications for at least 3 days. Ensure you have warm clothing and blankets and flashlights and batteries, and update your first aid kit and a way to keep your phone charged. Next, prepare your home. Take precautions like installing and testing smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors, covering outdoor pipes, sealing doors, windows, and cleaning out your gutters. Think of ways to safely heat your house, especially if the power goes out. Remember to never use an oven to heat your home, and don't bring a portable generator inside due to the threat of carbon monoxide. Lastly, prepare your car. Before the storm hits, make sure your gas tank is full and prepare an emergency car kit, including a first aid kit, cell phone charger, jumper cables, blankets, water, snacks, and an ice scraper. Once the storm hits, stay off the roads as much as possible. If travel is necessary, slow down and allow extra time, and be especially careful on bridges and overpasses which freeze first. Not only does staying off the roads ensure residents' safety, but it also gives Georgia DOT crews the time they need to maintain the condition of the roads. In conclusion, GEMA Homeland Security will continue to monitor the winter weather forecast and collaborate with local, state, and state officials to assess conditions and determine the best steps to keep Georgians safe. It is crucial that everyone pay attention to guidance from their local officials and continue to monitor your local National Weather Service and trusted news sources for the most updated information. GEMA Homeland Security will provide additional information and updates regarding the winter weather via our website. That's at gema.georgia.gov, and social media at Georgia EMAHS, all one word. So just in conclusion, remember, be prepared, have a ready kit, have a communications plans, take precautions, don't panic, and please stay informed and stay off the roads. Thank you, Governor.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll keep you posted. Have a great day. God bless.
You just heard from Governor Brian Kemp talking about the incoming winter storm expected to impact large parts of the state. Notably there, he said he was declaring a state of emergency. That proclamation is set to go out this morning. It will be in effect for 7 days. We saw South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster do something very similar earlier this week for that state, as this is really a regional storm expected to hit many parts of the South and East United States. A couple of notes there that we would like you all to know is that, first off, right here on the coast, we're not necessarily expecting to see major impacts. Officials are talking about how I-20 is really the line for this. Anything north of I-20 is really going to get hit hard. Think about North Georgia, Middle Georgia, kind of the South Carolina line. But of course, this is something that could take up a lot of state resources and potentially have impacts right here on the coast. And we should talk about your forecast as well, because this weekend will be a little tricky. Specifically, our meteorologists have been talking about Sunday and Monday. Both days are first alert weather days right here at WTOC. Temperatures will be dropping in the mid to upper 30s Sunday morning, with even cooler temperatures possible north of the 16 and up the Savannah River. There is also a brief chance for freezing rain to happen as of our latest forecasts, specifically Sunday morning, and that's where you really want to be careful. That's where you get the potential for ice on the road. Most other communities outside of maybe north of I-16 should remain above freezing. And then Monday, the moisture could linger overnight. If that occurs, there will be another window for freezing rain. So really, overnight Sunday, overnight Monday are the notable things we're looking at. And then again, the Middle Georgia, North Georgia expected to really get hit hard with this in the coming days. We also heard a lot about preparedness from state officials, and Georgia Power also says that now is the time to make sure you do have everything you need to prepare for any potential outages. Now, Georgia Power says its team is prepared for possible ice and anything else that may happen. Right now, homeowners can prepare by stocking up on essential items for an emergency kit, just like you would for a hurricane. Now, some of those items include a portable radio, flashlights, batteries, water, and non-perishable goods. Now's also a good time to seal cracks and gaps in your windows and doors to keep your home warm and use less energy.
It's cold. If you open your windows in the morning when the sun comes up, let that sun heat your house naturally inside, and that can really cut down on your HVAC cost. 50% of the typical house, 50% of their utility bill is coming from the HVAC or the heating cooling system in a house.
Georgia Power is also asking for patience in case you do lose power this weekend. And of course, this is something we will be monitoring as we approach the weekend and this winter storm hitting Georgia. Our meteorologists will always have the latest updates both on air and online. You can check in at the top of the hour right here on WTOC Plus or the WTOC broadcast shows throughout the afternoon and evening. And the latest updates will also always be posted on our website, WTOC.com. That is going to conclude our coverage here on WTOC Plus, and would like to thank you all for watching.